When you're working on the ServiceNow platform, you're not just a ServiceNow professional, you're also a detective. Whether you're an admin, developer, or architect, at some point in your week, you're probably asked to investigate an issue or two. And while I'm sure you don't ever want to be the prime suspect, sometimes you might accidentally find yourself being the culprit. To lessen your chance of being a possible suspect, you can do your part by being aware of common mistakes and errors others make. Now, you can't avoid typical mistakes if you don't know what they look like, right? To save you time from spending hours searching, we've compiled a list of typical missteps people make on the ServiceNow platform, and to help you retain that information and continue to raise the bar on your career, we've come up with an innovative way to go over this information with you. So, think you can crack each case before the timer runs out? Join me by putting on your detective hat and let's go solve some cases. Hi, my name is Alan Andreas. I'm a certified master architect with over 10 years of ServiceNow detective experience, and I'd like to welcome you to Alanovation. In this video, you'll work through 3 cases of common mistakes and errors on the ServiceNow platform. For each case, you'll have 45 seconds to review the evidence, and periodically we'll show a couple of clues that'll pop up to help you understand more about the issue and why it may have happened. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to solve the case. After each case, we're gonna go over the details and see how you did. All right, detective, are you ready to crack your first case? Then let's begin. Think you solved the case? Let's see if you're right. This case features one of the most common mistakes individuals make on the ServiceNow platform. The evidence focused on a client script, which tells you that we're working within the user's client or browser. The other highlighted portion is in the scripts section, which shows that Glide Record, which in this case is the client-side version of that API, was used. Now, while you can technically use the client-side version, it can lead to performance issues on your instance, it negatively impacts the user's experience, and as you can see in this handy table, courtesy of fellow ServiceNow MVP Paul Morris, it's less efficient than nearly all the other options you have available. You should always strive to follow leading practices, and in this case, you'd want to use Glide Ajax instead. As you can see by ServiceNow's Client Scripting Best Practices resource, if you do need to retrieve data from the server and bring it to the client, you'd want to use Glide Ajax instead. So, how'd you do? Did you get it right? Let's try another. Here's case number 2. Did you crack the case? Let's review the evidence. Case 2 featured a scheduled job with a script that's set to run daily. While I'm sure that most of you jumped right to focusing on that script section, the problem in the case is actually right here in this run as field. It's never a good idea to set the run as field to a specific user, as they could lose a critical role needed for this script to be effective, or they could simply leave the organization, like in this case. One of the clues provided during the investigation was a screenshot of this individual's user record. See that active field? It's unchecked. Most organizations will have an integration with their Active Directory or an HR system, and through that integration, a user's record can be set to inactive automatically when they leave the company. What can you do instead? You should use a user account that's most likely protected, such as a system user. Additionally, it's recommended to consider using a scheduled flow in Flow Designer instead of a scheduled job if it meets the requirements. Okay, detective, I'm sure you're all warmed up. Let's try case 3. Feeling confident? Let's break down the case. Case 3 was focused on a catalog item flow. At first glance, everything looks normal. Clue 1 showed a developer's checklist with all tasks marked complete, but look closely at the third and fourth bullet points. Get a list of laptops that will work for the use case and have peer review conducted with the same data. Notice anything odd? Now, with Clue 2, we see the lookup computer record action expanded. The condition specified will cause the action to look for a computer assigned to the user who ordered the item. This works for users with assigned computers, but what about those without? When no solid match is found, an error occurs. Since the Don't Fail on Error checkbox isn't checked, the flow fails. To fix this, the team should revisit the flow to account for all possible outcomes and then enable error handling to catch anything that might slip through the crack, like in this example where an incident gets created if there's a flow error. Ignoring error handling is a common mistake people make on the ServiceNow platform. Great job, detectives. Today we uncovered some common ServiceNow mistakes and we learned how to avoid them. Remember, understanding why these errors happen helps us prevent them in the future. So, were you able to solve all the cases before time ran out? Leave us a comment below and let us know. If you have suggestions for future cases or topics you'd like to see, we'd love to hear those too. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and if you enjoy ServiceNow content like this, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with others. Once again, my name is Alan Andreas, host of Al Innovation, and I'll see you on the next case. Take care.